All right, so I'm going to go over using Lightburn, what has to happen, and just kind of basics. Um, what you should be able to see is the screen, and I've got things happening as far as ports being used. So what I'm doing right now that you can't see is I'm actually plugging the USB cord in from the laser into the USB port. So I'm getting ready to communicate with it. And you heard that it actually said, hey, I see you on the other side. So I'm going to go ahead and check my laser, make sure nothing's on the bed. I'm going to start the laser up. And the laser is now traveling back to the X and Y, and then it's going to come back to an origin. And what's happening is that device is saying, I'm going to 0, 0. Then, as you can see on this screen, when I go to devices, laser 1, 2, and 3 at the Academy. So I'm actually going to go find my laser. I'm going to go to next, and it's scanning for devices. If I'm not connected properly, this won't happen. But right now, it's saying I have this Ruida 644XG, 700 by 500 millimeters. That is the size of this laser. We want packet. I'm going to add device. So Ruida, and I'm going to put junior high right here. Okay. Now 27.56 by 19.6. You know that's not all usable, but still, you can tell my software is actually in inches. You can switch that right up here, but it actually hones rear right because we watched it in the video. So I'm going to hit next, and now I'm ready to go. Okay. Now, if it's on auto, it should actually be finding this junior high, but I'm going to go ahead and set it to it down here. A couple things over here. You can move the machine right here. There's not a camera plugged into the inside. There's different variables, so you can actually set it to autofill some things, shape properties. We stay in cuts and movements to begin with, right? So I can actually jog the machine around. I usually do this, and I'll ping the X or Y once or twice just to see if my connection's really good. We'll go back to cut list. Notice this says current position. So if I load a piece, something on here, and I go to cut position, it'll be where the laser is located, and then the job origin will be here. So if I went ahead and went to a recent project and went to, let's look at this tree. Okay, this is for our UR robots. On this screen, we're using a Coroplast, which is not the same thing as your Delrin. We're using a line mode, and notice all of these different colors. So you can set up all these different cuts. They're going to do different depths based on the powers, right? So let's say I had two different things on a screen. That one is like a green. I could actually set up another line, which is a cut, to do that right there. But I don't need that. I just need this single line. So I'm going to go get rid of that. So on this green is indicated by the job origin. Now watch this. I can change it to the middle. It's best if you just go XY 0 here, because we know the machine is 0, 0 in this back corner. There is a way to use absolute coordinates on the machine or user origin, just based on how you set up. The fastest way for you to get started is current position, then understanding your job position. So if I looked at this, I'd go, hey, this is all in black. I can highlight all this. I'm actually in the wrong mode. I'm going to hit escape, back to selection mode. If I highlight this and I wanted to send this to the machine, I'm going to check it here. I'm going to go, okay, the black lines are cuts, reds are moves. Okay, we got that. I'm going to play it. It's going to go pretty fast. Everything that's black is a cut. It's where the laser is coming on. I'd hit OK. Now, these same speeds and powers is not going to be the same ones you use for the Delrin, nor for the 80 watt versus the 60 watt. So if you were to cut this Delrin, I'm going to do a material test in just a moment, but you'd actually have to change these things, and you can make you a library of materials. So what's going to happen now is I'm going to go new. I'm not going to save anything because that's actually a running project. I'm going to go to File, or actually Laser Tools, Material Test. I don't know presets on here, but I'm going to do 6 by 6, and it's going to form a column and row, a grid. The minimum is 10, the maximum, let's run it at like 250. Our maximum, remember I told you not to get above 90. I would like it if you stayed 75. I'm going to preview this. And so this is what it's going to do. It's going to run these intervals. On that Delrin that we've already set the laser up for, we're going to run this, and then we're going to be able to observe the behavior of the material based on the speeds and the power. So this gives you a little bit of an understanding of, what's happening on the laser. So I'm going to get the machine set up, and then I'm going to run this. Okay? So ideally, your machine's ready to go. You have the laser lined up, you got your material lined up, and because we were running something very similar before in the machine with Delrin, everything is ready. So I know my Z height is good, and I can double check it. So I'm in the machine, checking that Z height, still good. I need to turn my fans on, need to make sure my water chiller, everything is working good. And then I'm going to send this. Okay, so I previewed it. It says it's going to take 50 seconds. I'm going to hit OK. It says my row here is my speeds. It's my feeds. And I'm actually going to save these presets as Junior High Delrin Test. Okay, I'm going to frame it. And a frame just shows me the outline of what's happening on the material. And I'm going to increase these back to a 10 by 10 grid. Preview it. Okay, hit OK. I'm going to frame it one more time. Actually, it gives us a little bigger tag, right? So I can hit start. So it's starting from 10, max. It's got center depths. And now let's just see what the machine wants to do. So I'm turning on the laser. I'm going to hit start, and the machine's going to start running. So if you're looking at the laser and the controller right now, you can actually see the values that it's given. And what I'm going to try to do next is maybe another material test. So right now, like I said, it's doing this right here. So it's running the inside. So it went ahead and did the text. Now it's running the inside. You can hear that the power on the laser is actually increased. And it's going to run the speeds all the way down at 10. and then it's going to increase and decrease. There you go. So now it's your higher speed, faster speed. Cool thing about machines is they tell you a lot from the sounds they're making. So you can hear that frequency increase and decrease, and you know that something is happening and it's increasing due to that sound and just the machine movement, right? So you're going to use your eyes, your ears, and other senses to understand machines, just like we understand people. So after this, we'll be able to just collect our material and it'll be good to go. Thank you so much.